Yo, what is up, y'all? We are back with some more UFC takes that I want to rant about. Now, I'm gonna be honest, some of these fucking takes, they really aren't like hot. I just think, there's some shit that I've seen on the internet. I kind of need a video idea. Don't really got nothing since the UFC review. And I just want to make sure, I just want to say this before we really get into the video that I'm not going to get political at all. I do not care what your opinions are, what side. I really don't give a shit about any of that. I really just want to get into what my hot take. I'll explain it later once I get into it, but I promise this is not a political video at all. Of course, you're probably wondering what the hell are we looking at right now. You are looking at Isaac Dolgarian getting fucking tapped out or getting submitted by Yader Del Valle, if I'm right, if that's his name. I kind of forgot his name, but I know it's something Valley. If you guys don't know, UFC right now, there are some fighters that are under investigation by the FBI. Shout out my boy Cash Patel. Not really, but, at the same time, kind of shout him out because, we getting these fucking bum rats up out of here. Of course, at the bottom left, you're wondering, why is Jason Herzog there? There's a little rumor. I don't know if it's true. I think it actually might be fake. So I'm just going to keep him here. I don't fucking care. He's just a ref. I don't think he's fixing fights at all. But supposedly he is under investigation as well. And there was a clip of showing the Muhammad Yahya fight where, I think if I'm right, Muhammad Yahya was the one that was getting knocked down. He got knocked down like 7 times, if I'm right, in a round, or he got knocked down like 5 times in one round. Really insane shit, but this isn't hot takes that I want to get into. This is just something that I needed to have for my intro, and might as well have some UFC lore. So let's get into the first take. All right, so the first take is Dustin Poirier is better than JDM. I've been seeing this a lot, and overall, I'm going to be real about this. It is so weird that people are, comparing these two dudes, completely different weight classes, completely different ages, have never fought each other. I guess they have similar styles. I would say JDM has better grappling, or maybe grappling defense. I don't really know, however the hell you really want to put it, but overall, I just think with this take, it's just very stupid. How I really look at it is, if you want to be honest, yes, Dustin Poirier is better than JDM all time, because in my opinion, how I look at fighters are through resume. I think beating a prime Max Holloway, yes, he went up a weight class, but still, that's even a better Max Holloway, and beating him, that's a respectable win. That's better than any win that JDM has. I could even say Gaethje if you want me to be honest, but I just feel like, Poirier's best win compared to JDM's best win, Poirier's better all time. But if we are looking at the legacy aspect, then yeah, JDM is better. He was a champ. He also won dominantly against a champ. Yes, it was Bilal Muhammad, but Bilal Muhammad was on if I'm right, he was on almost a 12, 13 fight win streak, unbeaten too. Or I guess not unbeaten, my bad, because, you had Luke A, and who else fucking put his ass out? Was it Neil? No, I don't remember who put his ass out, but I remember somebody else. It was Luke A and somebody else. But after that, Bilal went on a huge fight win streak. And really the reason I'm bringing this take up is because most people, they want to compare resumes. They want to compare Dustin Poirier's defeats to JDM's wins, which is just very weird. People are Dustin Poirier, of course, he did go up against a prime Khabib, undefeated, scary fucking guy. Charles Oliveira, comeback fight. He was on a 12 fight winning streak or 11, something insane. And then Islam, so yeah, Poirier's definitely not gotten the I don't really know how to explain it. Poirier definitely hasn't gotten the best of opponents, in his standards, of a championship bout. Usually he's going against killers. In JDM, he's going against a 37-year-old Bilal Muhammad, fought once a year. He kind of disappeared after that Leon fight, or not really after the Leon fight, but before the Leon fight. But, like I said, really with my opinion on this is that, if you look at it from a legacy perspective, then, I would say JDM is better. But if you look at it from a resume perspective, then again, dude, these are two fighters and two completely different, Poirier's retired. JDM is now on the up and coming, trying to become his own superstar. I just think, and all, like I said, I look at it from resume. Poirier's been around a longer time. I think he's better than JDM, but still at the same time, I don't understand this conversation of who's better. Poirier is a lightweight, featherweight, if you guys want to even go earlier in his career. And JDM is a welterweight, could even be considered a middleweight if you want me to be honest. He's a big fucking welterweight. So, yeah, just very weird, comparison. like I said, I would say Poirier is better just because he was the veteran. He's had the more elite wins, I guess, if you want to say. Like I said, I think Holloway is a better win than anything JDM has, but I still think it's just very stupid that these guys are comparing him, and especially trying to tarnish JDM's like legacy and stuff. I may have not said the best things about JDM, but he is a scary guy, and I think he is going to give Islam a really big a hard matchup. Poirier gave Islam a hard matchup, but still Islam came out, dominating that fight, even finishing him. Still a tough fight, but I think JDM, especially at a bigger weight class, is going to be giving Islam a lot of problems. And then we'll see. I'm not going to lie, because if JDM beats Islam, I mean, let's be real, y'all. He's 100% better than Poirier. Still, again, just a dumb comparison, though. Also, even real quick before we get into this, I guess I could have another hot take that I want to get into, but I just, you can disagree or not. That's completely fine because, it is at the end of the day, it has a label on it. So you're not the undisputed champ. But as crazy as it sounds, if you become interim champ, you are the champion. I know that may sound dumb, but I feel like in certain situations, like with Poirier versus Holloway, it is in a way a vacant belt. Khabib couldn't fight, so they just got a replacement. Interim or not, you're still a champion in my opinion. So yes, Dustin Poirier, he was an interim champ. He still held that belt. So that I feel like that does give him a little bit of an edge in legacy as well. But once again, it's just my opinion. It's just because I believe that, just because you have interim in the name, that doesn't take away the fact that you're a paper champ. Because in my last video with Tom Aspinall, someone in the comments called him a paper champ. And I just think it's really dumb to call Tom Aspinall a paper champ when, yes, he did win the interim belt. But he also defended it, and he defended it against a top 5 heavyweight, and he did also win the interim belt off of one of the scariest guys in the division, not a 42-year-old man, or an actor, nothing against Gone, but super inactive during the time he wanted to be an actor, especially after the Jones fight, especially because he made so much money. But still, I don't know, man. I just think this take is just very weird to do. Overall, like I said, Poirier is definitely better, but still, I just think it's such a weird take, and the fact people get pressed about this, just two different dudes just going in their own different paths. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this one. We're gonna get into the next take. Okay. God, this is such a dumb take. Like, this isn't even a dumb take, but I saw a TikTok and basically like just something about, Steve Garcia is a MAGA warrior because, or his new nickname is MAGA warrior because there was like a tweet about this dude that said that Steve Garcia is a MAGA warrior because he said rip to Charlie Kirk. Like, the reason I'm doing this take is because I kind of want to get to like a personal level with some people. I don't know if everyone would want to get here with this because some people, you say rip to Charlie Kirk and they're just going to think that you are a MAGA warrior, or even right or left. It doesn't matter. Like, I think it is a little stupid that if you say rip to someone, and especially someone that is on the Republican side and a political figure, at least was a political figure, and very controversial as well. I'm not trying to say that Charlie Kirk was controversial, but I'm definitely trying to say that after, he died and his passing and stuff, this has just been so controversial and so dumb. I just think, in my opinion, where is your like decency? Where is your morals? Why would you call Steve Garcia, why would you ever like just say that he's a part of MAGA just because he said rest in peace to someone? Even if he is, what's the point? Like, what is the reason in bringing politics into the UFC? I think it's just very stupid. I think Steve Garcia had a really good fight. He shot a good promo. I mean, maybe not for himself calling out Max Holloway, but to say rest in peace to a man that lost his life over opinions, which, you guys can disagree, but that is the facts. Lost him in front of multiple people, and all this man was saying was rip, and people want to come at him for that. I think it's just very shitty. Once again, it's just like, where's your decency? What's the point in even like shitting on Steve Garcia for just saying that? Even if he is a MAGA, who gives a fuck? Like, at the end of the day, it is your opinion, right or left, right or wrong, like Steve Garcia said. And yeah, this isn't really like a take that I want to just like sit and really rant about. It's just more of I don't understand the controversy. Yes, like I said, he may be MAGA, but who gives a fuck? We live in America. It's a free country. You can live, believe, think, whatever you want, say whatever you want. I mean, seriously, go to any other country and burn their flag, or, I mean, maybe besides like the UK, maybe even Europe, but I feel like you go to any other country, you burn their flags. You say whatever you want to, you say bad things about their country, then you're going to get in trouble. But in America, it's like you can really say the most hateful, gruesome shit ever, and you're not going to get arrested for that. And you won't even catch really controversy for that. But if you say rest in peace to a man that literally died because he spewed his opinions, I mean, you're just going to get called a MAGA warrior now. Also saying that, in my opinion, I think Steve Garcia should fight Gene Silva or like Arnold Allen. I saw some people saying Dan Ige, which I think is just so stupid. What the fuck? Dan Ige of all fighters. Nothing against the guy. He's a veteran. But I just think that's pretty easy work for Garcia. Yes, I don't think Dan Ige would get finished. I think that actually be a pretty interesting decision fight. But it's so weird. Because most people, I guess, aren't agreeing with Garcia versus Lopez. I think it'd be a pretty interesting fight, a little too high up. You're kind of just feeding Garcia, or you're kind of feeding Lopez just prospects at that point. But I think like Gene Silva versus Garcia, Arnold Allen versus Garcia, those would be very interesting fights to happen. And yeah, once again with this take, like I do not care what you guys think, like left or right. It does not matter. It's just, in my opinion, it's like literally all he said was rest in peace to a dude, and people just want to make controversy about it. I think it's so dumb. Also, his call out with Max Holloway was stupid. I'm not going to lie. I mean, let's keep it real. It was pretty stupid. But I think at the same time, like, you're discrediting Steve Garcia, though, if you say it was a dumb call out. Steve Garcia's on a 7-fight win streak. 6 of those fucking fights coming by KO. I mean, the dude's a killer. I think 100% if he really wanted to go for BMF, I think he had every right to. I think maybe about a win, not with Max. I don't think it should be Garcia versus Max, but I think Garcia, the way his career is going and stuff, I mean, I could see him in a fucking BMF title conversation. That's a true paper fucking champ right there. I mean, not even trying to take away from anything, but you wear the BMF belt, it doesn't really mean shit. So, but yeah, well, once again, guys, like this is just something that I wanted to rant about. I've seen on TikTok. I think it's a little dumb that, people want to make this like political. Also, I know some of y'all are going to be, probably up in the comments maybe saying, but the UFC walks out President Trump, which, listen, like I said, if you don't like Trump, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care. Like, you have your opinions. You think what you want. In my opinion, how I feel about the whole UFC walkout thing, yeah, I don't really care to see it. It's kind of a little dumb. I mean, you got like Elon Musk and Theo Vaughn. Like, it's kind of a little funny, like something out of The Simpsons and stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, Trump is the president of the United States. They don't ever do a walkout when they're in China with Trump or in like Spain. I mean, I know they haven't ever been to Spain, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't go to Abu Dhabi and they're like, here's President Trump, here's him walking. No, they do it in the United States of America where he's the president. So that's really it. That's just my opinion. Once again, I ain't trying to get on no political shit. Do not be trying to like type out political shit, because I'm just going to delete that shit. I'm not in the mood for it. I just think that it's very stupid that people want to come at Steve Garcia just for his political opinions, for saying rest in peace to someone. Once again, I think that is just extremely retarded. Right and left too, just to say, because like I said, the tweet originating on calling Steve Garcia a MAGA warrior was a like Trump account, like a fan account or whatever. So I think it's a little stupid, but I was thinking at the same time, it's a little stupid to go with this and say that he is a MAGA warrior when literally all he said was rest in peace to a person. So that's all I gotta say about this. I'll move on to the next fucking take, and it's the last take, and let's do it. Tom Aspinall was a pussy. I was like, what is this take again? And it is Tom Aspinall was a pussy. Now, bro, I'm just gonna say this much. Since, the whole thing with Ante Delija and Waldo Cortez Acosta, that whole situation, bro, I have kind of thought of the situation a little different between Tom Aspinall and Gane, and this is what I really have to say. Did Tom Aspinall quit? Yes. But the thing is that people are not asking, like, I feel like the right questions. Did Tom Aspinall quit for a good reason? Yes. I just think a lot of people don't take into account, the situation, especially the eye poke. Daniel Cormier, I've mentioned this before in my Tom Aspinall video, the Stipe and Daniel Cormier fight. The third one especially, I know they both were eye poking each other, but that third fight where Stipe just eye poked DC to oblivion, and Mark Goddard didn't call it. He didn't do anything. Honestly, pretty bad ref move by Mark Goddard, but at the same time, whatever, DC wanted to go and continue that fight, and he ended up losing, and he ended up retiring. And the thing is that maybe if he didn't get eye poked, maybe it would have been a little bit different. Now I'm not gonna lie, I could also like it could be like two different, like, how do I say this? Like, I know Stipe eye poked DC. But really thinking about it too, if I'm right, DC did eye poke Stipe in that fight, but if I'm wrong, it was the second fight that DC eye poked Stipe. I don't really remember, but basically what I'm just getting at is that like I think it is a little dumb that people are calling Tom Aspinall a pussy, a quitter. I mean, once again, I even admit it right here that I do think that he quit, but I think he quit for good purposes. I mean, this whole thing about warrior mentality and stuff, and easy to be male, hard to be man, whatever that dumb shit, like the dumbest shit, especially when it comes to UFC terms, dog. Are you kidding me? This is a fucking sport, bro. Like, are you kidding? And you're calling Tom Aspinall, you're saying that he's not a man because he got fucking illegally eye poked in a fight? Like, I don't understand, bro. Like, if it's a street fight, all rules, whatever the fuck, shout out Bradley Martin, whatever the fuck. But I think when it's in a UFC octagon, it's a professional sport. These things are illegal. You kind of have a right to, not want to continue. It's not your fault. I don't know how it's Tom Aspinall's fault. I think, once again, it should all be on gone. But it's really towards, I mean, really with this is kind of with Waldo, it's dope as fuck, in my opinion, that, he got the knockout. He wanted to truck through the eye poke. The reason why I'm showing both of them on the screen is because you look to the right, Waldo, you can't really see it as good, but Waldo definitely did have a way worse eye poke than Tom Aspinall. I will 100% say that. And he still came back and he fought. And I'm not saying that Tom Aspinall, should have done the same. I'm not even saying Cortez should have done the same, but I think at the same time, when it's a no contest, you don't get any money, if I'm right. I mean, I think you get show money, but you don't even get any win. And especially hard for someone like Cortez. I mean, he's probably not on the best of contract. He is a top 5 contender, but especially after knocking out Elijah, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of him, bro. I forgot about the Span fight, Despang. I mean, those dudes not really the best, but it's heavyweight, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. When you beat these dudes, it's something. Like, seriously. But in all, like, with this take is like, do I feel like Tom Aspinall is a pussy? No, I do not think he's a pussy. Yes, he quit, but I think he had good intentions, good reasons to quit. Even Jordan Levitt, he made a really good point about, fixing this eye poke situation, and especially with Gone of all, I mean, it's more French fighters, I guess, because those motherfuckers be fouling, but, more with Gone, because Gone has fouled every single one of his opponents. Levitt made a really good point in that, and saying that, something like this, if Tom wanted to continue, then yeah, there should have been a point taken away, and hopefully in the rematch, there will be different, a different aspect, like of reffing a different level. Hopefully, Gone will not fucking cheat. Like, seriously, I think no matter what, of course, everyone is just a Gone fan now. Everyone's is just fucking counting out Tom Aspinall. Jordan Levitt made another good point, though. Once that rematch happens and whoever wins, nobody's really going to care at the end of the day. I mean, I guess if Gone wins, then Tom Aspinall, yeah, he's a quitter, pussy, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, if Tom wins, then what is everyone going to say? I mean, you could call him a quitter, but then again, I mean, he got the rematch, got that win. What can you say? So, yeah, I mean, overall with these takes and stuff, it's pretty cool stuff. I guess I could go over them real quick, just a little, like, rundown of how I feel about it. So, Tom Aspinall is a pussy. No, he's not. He quit. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Steve Garcia is not a MAGA warrior just because he fucking said rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Get a fucking grip, y'all. I mean, seriously, this is so fucking dumb. Like, seriously, it's insane that you cannot even say rip. You can't even say rest in peace to someone, bro, without getting called, like, a right or left or whatever the fuck. It's just so stupid, bro. Genuinely, it's draining. It's the UFC, dog. Like, seriously. UFC, you can say whatever the fuck you want, no matter what. If it's heartfelt, if it's stupid, if it's fucking dumb shit like Charles Ratkick says, like, you can say whatever the fuck you want, bro. So, I think this fucking is just stupid, bro. And then you got Dustin Poirier being better than JDM, which I do agree with. I think Dustin Poirier is better than JDM, but I think if he can beat Islam, there's no fucking conversation. There's no debate. There's none of this controversy about this stupid shit. So, yeah, that's the rest of the video. Let me know what you guys thought. Once again, because I just feel like I have to make this because I just don't want this video to be controversial at all. This is not like political. These are just takes from TikTok that I see, or Twitter, or just all over the fucking media, and something that I just want to talk about, and something that I want to hear from you. I mean, I genuinely want to know what your thoughts are, or your thoughts on other takes. I don't really give a shit. This is just some cool series that I kind of want to keep doing, especially when I don't have that many ideas to do on videos. So, yeah, I really appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of y'all's day, and I'll see you.